What if I told you that a simple checkbox could be transformed into a stunning modern toggle switch with nothing but CSS? No JavaScript, no external libraries, just pure, clean code. In this tutorial, I'll break down every single detail. So by the end of this video, you'll not only understand how it works, but also be able to customize it however you like. Before we get started, a massive thank you to all our supporters on Patreon. Your contributions keep this channel going and allow me to share free source code with the community. If you'd like access to exclusive resources, including the full source code for this project, join our Patreon for just $3 a month. The link is in the description. Let's build something awesome together. We'll start with a simple structure inside the body. First, we create an input element with type checkbox. This is the actual toggle mechanism, but we'll hide it later using CSS next. We add a label element that acts as the visual toggle switch. This label is linked to the checkbox using the for attribute, making it interactive when clicked. That's all we need for the structure. Now, let's move on to the styling. Now that we have our basic HTML structure, let's style our toggle switch using pure CSS. We'll go through every property in detail, ensuring nothing is left unexplained. We begin by styling the body to perfectly center our toggle switch on the page. To achieve this, we use Flexbox, which allows for easy alignment. We set the display property to flex, ensuring all child elements align naturally. Next, we apply Justify Content Center to horizontally center everything, and Align Items Center to vertically align them as well. The height of the body is set to 100 VH, meaning it will always occupy 100% of the viewport height, keeping the toggle in the middle of the screen. The background color is set to deep blue-gray, providing an elegant contrast to the white switch. Lastly, we set margin 0 to remove any default page spacing. Now, let's work on hiding the default checkbox. The input element remains functional, but visually, we don't need it. So, we apply Display None to make it completely invisible. Instead, the label will serve as our interactive switch. The label, acting as our toggle container, is given a width of 150 pixels and a height of 78 pixels, making it large and easy to interact with. The background color is initially light gray, providing a neutral look when the toggle is off. We then apply a border radius of 78 pixels, making the switch perfectly rounded. Since we want the toggle to be positioned dynamically, we set position relative, allowing the inner slider to be placed with absolute positioning later. The display property is set to flex, ensuring elements inside it align smoothly. To keep the round slider centered, we apply Align Items Center. The cursor is set to pointer, making it clear that this element is interactive. Finally, we add a smooth transition effect by setting transition background 0.3 seconds ease, allowing the background color to change seamlessly when toggled. Next, let's style the slider itself, the circular element inside the toggle switch. This is created using the before pseudo element, which generates an additional visual layer inside the label. We set content empty to create this empty but necessary element. The slider is given a width and height of 60 pixels, ensuring it fits neatly inside the switch. Its background is white, making it pop against the gray toggle background. To make it a perfect circle, we set border radius to 50%. Since we want the slider to be positioned independently within the switch, we use Position Absolute. Initially, it is positioned at left 9 pixels, keeping it on the left side when the toggle is off. To create a smooth sliding animation, we set Transition Transform 0.3 seconds ease. Lastly, to add a more realistic feel, we apply Box Shadow, which will giving the slider a soft shadow effect. Now comes the most exciting part, the toggle activation effect. When the checkbox is checked, we need two things to happen: change the background color and move the slider to the right. This is achieved using the checked selector. When the checkbox is in a checked state, the background of the toggle switch changes to a gradient blend of violet and blue, making it visually appealing. At the same time, The slider itself moves to the right by transform translate x 72 pixels, ensuring it smoothly shifts from one side to the other when activated. With all these CSS properties combined, we now have a modern, fully functional, and visually stunning toggle switch built entirely using CSS, no JavaScript needed. Now that we've built our toggle switch, let's see it in action. Notice how smooth the animation is. The slider moves seamlessly, and the gradient background makes it look dynamic. Plus, the slight shadow effect gives it a realistic touch. And that's how you create a stunning, minimalist toggle switch using only HTML and CSS. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Also, if you'd like to support this channel and get exclusive coding resources, consider joining our Patreon for just $3 a month. The source code for this project is already there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Happy coding!